Alright, welcome back. This is Minyak. Today we'll be looking at the Fek'ihri Store Warship. Okay, so this is, well, if you like this type of video, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe, okay? So this is the generic, well, the bridge of the Fek'ihri Store Warship. This is actually just a generic cross-faction bridge. Well, if you have a cross-faction ship that can be used by any faction, usually, yeah, this is the generic bridge. This is very small bridge. Well, very small bridge. It's like a small prison to me because of the COVID-19. So yeah, this is like a small prison. So let's just look outside, go outside and look at the ship. So yeah, the Fek'ihri Star Warship is actually probably the coolest looking ship in the game. Yeah, this is the Fek'ihri Star Warship. This is the probably the coolest looking ship I've actually ever seen. Comparing to any other ship, this is probably, yeah, one of the coolest looking. It has fire burning out of the holes of the side of the ship, and also the front, and also when you are moving, the back is actually also burning fire. So this is probably the coolest looking ship, but also I think the most likely to burn. Like explode in the middle of the, yeah, it's very cool looking ship. Yeah, well, don't you guys agree? This is the very cool looking ship. I mean, this is insane amount of details put into a ship. And yeah, probably this is the coolest looking ship in the game. Very good looking. Very good looking indeed. But it also probably burn. Well, it looks like the ship is burning fuel. So this is a very polluting ship. Very polluting ship. Anyway, okay, let's look at the stat of the ship. Okay. So the stat of the ship: first mastery, +5 accuracy rating. Second mastery, +15% critical severity. Third mastery, +2.5 critical chance. Fourth mastery, +10% kinetic damage and 10% energy damage. Then the mastery itself give a trait, the Maw of Grethor. So fire cones behind you at full throttle. So while at full throttle, to the foe behind you is 5,000 fire damage and 1,000 fire damage every 1 second for 10 seconds. So pretty much whatever ship is following you, it will get burned while slotting this. The ship itself looks like a cruiser, but this is actually a warship. So it has 4 forward, 4 aft. Actually looks like a cruiser, but not a cruiser because the turning rate is actually 19.5 degrees. So this ship is a mix of escort class and cruiser class, I guess. Yeah, well, the HP is still this. The hull point is similar to escort, but the turning rate is, well, yeah, the turning rate is also similar to the escort, but the weapon is actually like a cruiser. I mean, 4 forward, 4 aft is more like a cruiser. So this is a warship type ship. I don't know. This is a semi-escort, semi-cruiser ship, I guess. All right. The device, 3 slot for device. Engineering 3 slot, science console 3 slot, and tactical 5 slots. So this is more like an escort type, but not exactly escort. It's 3, so the console slot is 335. This is a very powerful ship actually. Okay, the console that comes with the ship is this console universal chain of fire. It actually add a passive of 28.5% fire damage, plus 25 starship impulse expert, and plus 25 starship control expert. The activatable pull chain of fire is actually pulling and damaging enemy nearby foes. To 6 nearby foes, 7,478 fire damage for 10 seconds. For 10 seconds, pull affected foe toward you and add a 373.9 fire damage times 2 per second with 2-minute recharge. So yeah, I slotted right here. So this ship is actually has a passive for adding fire damage. There are not many fire based weapon. Okay, let's see. Let's look at the station. First station is Lieutenant Commander Universal / Pilot Station, Commander Tactical Station, Ensign Tactical Station, Lieutenant Engineering Station, and the last one is Lieutenant Commander Science. So this ship has a actually / pilot, so you can slot pilot, but yeah, so this is a very nimble ship and it's very cool looking. What more could you ask? Except the console is fire based and also the trait is fire based. So unless I am mistaken, there are no fire weapon in the game, and also yeah, no fire weapon at all unless you use the console and the trait. Alright, let's test the ship on the patrol, or let's use Argala. Yeah, use Argala. Argala is nicer. Well, the first two I will just kill them outright. Alright. Yeah, there are fire behind. This is the trait. So when you are at full throttle, trait is going to continually create a fire damage behind you. Okay, let's test it out. Yep. Yeah, the trait is definitely creating a fire damage. But yeah, the enemy has to be behind you, and it continuously create a fire damage. It's not like one time. It continuously create fire damage behind you as long as you are full speed. Right now, do this. Alright, see that? That's the damage from the trait. Now you could explode that one. Okay, so that is the trait of Redthorn. Okay, now I'm going to test out the chain of fire. Yeah, this is continuous. The maw of Greater is continuous. Okay, let's try the chain of fire. Okay, so it drags the ship near you like a tractor beam and also create fire damage. So yeah. You know, most of the ship does not have any resistance to fire damage. So yeah, the fire damage is kind of like a unique, well, a unique weapon, I guess, because no ship is actually has a defense against fire-based damage. But there are no weapon that is actually fire-based damage. It would be interesting if they add it on later on for fire damage. Yeah, this is the Maw of Grethor. You just keep creating fire damage behind your ship. Like, well, if you are out of combat, it won't do anything. Chain of Fire has a very long cooldown, 2 minutes. Pretty much, okay. Very good, very good.
Thank you for your assistance. There have been rumors. We have the suspect.
Yeah, this is a very good looking ship. I mean, very good looking ship, and it's also very powerful. So the ship act like more of an escort class than a cruiser, because even though it has 4 forward and 4 aft, this speed of the ship and the turning rate of the ship is actually more like an escort than a cruiser. Even though they have 4 forward and 4 aft, it has the speed and the turn rate of an escort. So this is a very powerful ship. The Mastery Maw of Grethor is a continuous fire damage behind you. It does not have to be, you know, you don't really have to activate it. It just continuously create fire behind, well, behind you, which is kind of interesting. But there are no other fire-based damages except this, I guess, the Maw of Grethor. And also the console. This is an interesting console that actually boosts fire damage, but we do not have a fire damage based weapon, like, unless they add it. They add fire based damage later on. So this is an interesting console also, but right now it's not that much used. The Chain of Fire activatable. It pulls the enemy and gives fire damage, more fire. This ship is pretty much a fire based, except that there are no fire weapon. Maybe they will add it on later on, then this thing can be useful. But as of now, yeah, the console is not much use. The Maw of Grethor, maybe it's just something you can consider, because this is continuously adding damage while behind you. So if you are fighting, maybe something like, if you are actually fighting like the Swarm, yes, this can be useful, because Swarm is actually following you around from behind. So this can be useful. Yep. What do I think of this ship? The overall ship is actually very good, very good. And you have a good looking ship to boot. But yeah, the trait itself, maybe it's useful, maybe not, depending if actually people like it or not. But it's like more, right now it's more like a gimmick, unless unless they add a fire, you know, like fire console, fire weapon, then it will be very useful. But so far, only the ship that is powerful and good looking to boot. Very good looking. This used to be part of an event. I don't remember which event. I think number 20 or something like that. But this is part of the. And right now it's available on Mod Market at a steep price. Yeah, very steep. But yeah, this ship is very good looking and very good ship. Alright, I guess that's the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I hope this video helps. Yeah, I will see you guys again on the next video. Alright, this is Minyak signing off, and thank you for watching.